if I end up getting either the excuse me, I'm yawning. The condo that we're looking at, or B, we end up just like migrating to some fucking place for a little while. Like buying up a chunk of land and then just throwing a house down on top of it, which I think is actually like in the cards. I resume streaming, and I gotta get my shit together for it.
Yes, we would like you to resume streaming. Whatever works for you. Hi, folks, by the way.
Hello.
Hi!
We're speaking about the American dream.
Yeah, fucking off away from it as fast as possible.
I was going to say, which is body autonomy and getting the fuck away from the government.
Mm-hmm.
The new American dream.
That was the old American dream, too.
Yeah, it was. Just different. It's weird how it's come full circle.
So welcome in, everybody.
Chris, have you ever thought that maybe we shouldn't have thrown that tea into the ocean?
I'll do it again.
Fucking do it again.
Can you make sure it's decaf so we have no more of that?
Except, here's the only thing. We'll do it again. But the next time we do it, because of global warming, it will actually make tea.
Yes.
Yeah, we did the order of operations wrong.
we did
tried
it
to
wrong.
throw the tea in first.
That was our
then
bad.
heat water up. Yeah, that's...
Get a load of
Speaking of hot
sugar
water,
in there.
We had to get the
Get
kettle
loads of
warm.
sugar.
We just had to
get the kettle warm.
Get the kettle
Get
warm.
the tea in. Get the sugar there and get about 2 dozen cows, throw them in because the milk will come out.
Yep.
And then there you go. You can just drink away.
Just make sure they're not brown cows because that's where chocolate milk comes from.
Yeah, we don't do the whole milk lemonade. This is where the chocolate's made. We don't do that, no. But welcome into the podcast, everybody. This is the Game Will Play Itself. I am Lord Teamaker, the gentleman up there, if you see, unless you're on the podcast, in the audio format, James Atkinson.
Good morning.
And it's the coffee night.
He's here. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
He is here. He's here.
He's here. He's here. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Right, well, we have
Coffee
a little
intake
bit of a
is
content
happening.
dump. Well, yeah, I mean, that's needed, to be fair. We have a little bit of a content dump today. We have what we've been playing, all the usual gubbins, because I am back from Leeds, yes. And what a time it was. What a good time it was, to be fair. And
Leeds, for when you want to go north, but you don't want to kind of go to Manchester. Leeds.
Yeah.
It's better than Liverpool. Leeds. We don't shank you all the time on the streets. Leeds. We have
Leeds.
arcades. Leeds. We can get there on the M1. Leeds.
Leeds. So great they named it once.
Exactly. Leeds. It's one syllable. Leeds. You can tell the Welsh haven't been here.
Well, TC, she is Welsh. So she was there, so yeah.
So how did she pronounce it? Leeds?
I mean, I did take a piss out of her with that one. It's like learning it. So when you're learning Welsh, you got to have the, and yeah,
It's like the cough and then the phlegm.
yes.
Like I've never heard a language besides maybe German that has like a as an actual word pronunciation in it. To be fair, I'm speaking the truth. You know what your language sounds like. It's
German's angry. German sounds more angry than what they are. You know?
Yeah.
Doesn't Arabic have a few in them?
Yeah, like a few.
Yeah.
Like Leeds is Welsh is every other sentence, every other like syllable.
No, yeah, no, I'm not comparing the two languages. I'm just trying
Yeah.
to remember what other languages have a sound.
Yes, it does.
Oh, but, by the way, German only sounds angry
Yeah, they're
when
not.
you're
That's
speaking
the
it
thing.
when you're speaking it with any semblance of force. But if you speak it softly, it's very like, I hate to say it, it feels French without feeling French. You know what I mean?
French just also sounds angry all of the time too. Like if you speak like French with any but a force, first of all, you can't take the person seriously because it's a Frenchman trying to be pissed at you, and you're just like,
I mean, you also just forget, like, you can't tell what he's saying because only like a third of his syllables make it through.
You're yelling at me, but also wagging a baguette in my face. So what are you gonna do? Threaten me without any butter? Oh no!
There is a lot of English words that have come from French, so as much as I really want to take the piss out of them too much, I can't, sadly. But speaking of
you
French,
take
you could tell an angry Italian because he's throwing his arms around like a maniac.
Yeah,
right?
It's kind of like a kung fu fight.
Exactly.
like
an
wibbly
old
wobbly
kung fu
inflatable arm
movie.
man.
You have to be more. We have to be more worried about getting clubbed in the face by a forearm with an angry Italian than you need to do with them yelling at
Basically,
you.
if you're going to be giving an Italian bad news, you walk in with boxing gloves ready.
And we know this, and me and Chris know this because we live in New England
Italians.
and we've been to New York. You want to talk about? I mean, we know a thing about Italians in New York, and also we know a few things about the Irish too because we close to Boston too.
Yep. But most importantly, we know a lot of things about fish people.
Yes,
We're on the Sound.
and we're close to New London.
I was going to say, is that because you went to New Jersey?
No, that's where the rat people are from.
Okay, no. New Jersey is full of mutants. Like, okay, so if you guys have
No,
ever
that's West
watched
Virginia. We've been over this.
Wasteland, no. West Virginia is cryptids. New Jersey is mutants.
Got it.
If you've ever played any of the Wasteland games, that's just New Jersey. Like,
Yep.
that's just New Jersey.
Tis a hellhole.
Uh-huh.
Tis a hellhole. We don't.
I will play the Wasteland at some point. I will, honestly.
And then you go to the
Pennsylvania
Midwest.
is like an existing civil war, but there's no like, not like the civil war, but a civil war. Except nobody knows who's on what side.
Yeah, it's their own side.
Yeah.
Whereas in Britain, it'd be very civil. It's like, excuse me, I need you out the way, sir, or I may club you with my umbrella.
Sir, I might have to ask you to please please dispossess yourself from this residence. If not, I might have to get quite cross with you and write a letter to the homeowners association. At which point, we will then have to start proceedings.
We
Unless
will
you're
get
Scottish,
Larry
and
the
then
cat.
it just
Shit,
turns on the bagpipes start going, the flames start going, flags start flying, face paint goes up, and it's just war ready.
Yeah.
But
They'll flash your todges at you underneath that door. It's not pretty. You don't want that. Trust me.
it's very similar for the Welsh, except it's not people; it's just more sheep.
Isn't there more?
I'm gonna make so many enemies today. It's
So
gonna be
sorry,
fun.
it's New Zealand that has more sheep than people. It's New Zealand.
You mean Wyoming?
See, here's the thing though, but like
out the water there for that one.
the Midwest has wonderful people. I have never met somebody from the Midwest that wasn't just super nice in the United States. Like just like the Midwest are just like super chill and like super nice.
Generally speaking, they're pretty mild mannered. And then anyone in any kind of position of power is a fucking lunatic because they actually tried to run.
I think there's a town in like the Midwest where like the mayor for like 10 years running has been a dog.
It was a cat,
What was a cat?
and sadly he passed away.
And we can't get Larry the cat in power.
It's the most stable part of your government. Larry
Yeah.
the cat.
Larry
It's the only one who you know who's doing his fucking job. Like, what does
Well,
Larry
it was-
do? He's a mouser. It's what he does.
I'm sorry, it was Mayor Stubbs. He was an Alaskan mayor, and he passed away.
Oh. Well, let us get on with the content dump. And first of all, we do have to go serious. Because yesterday was a really weird and bad day to wake up to news. I'm not sure whether you guys saw it or not, but the former Prime Minister of Japan was assassinated yesterday.
Shinzo Abe.
Yeah. And the perpetrator was the one they made the gun. They made a DIY gun and used it. Now, that's where the story for us should not have even been on the podcast today. However, and James, you can elaborate on this a little bit more because you've seen some bits where the actual story in that came from.
Yeah, I did. I actually read the article on I've seen this actual bit.
Then I'll let you elaborate a bit more on this one.
So, all right, we all have that racist grandpa or uncle, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if a far right-wing French pundit was your uncle who basically uses a picture of Hideo Kojima saying, "This is the shooter"? Because
the Russian hat as examples, and it's just no.
yeah, and then it gets picked up and circulated around, and it's just you just Googled a famous Japanese person and said this is the shooter because they essentially you're saying they all look alike. Yeah, that's a fun one.
I have a piece of comedy tied to that very specifically Hideo Kojima.
Something
pictures going around.
Something Jeff Keighley. First of all, he was with Jeff Keighley last night. He has an alibi. He's fine.
Yeah.
Number 2, Kojima doesn't get you with homemade guns. Kojima gets you with existential dread. That's what he does.
Kojima Productions have come out and made a statement, and they said they're going to sue everybody that have used that picture.
They should
Against him. And I cannot blame them, and I'm fully behind doing it.
Yeah.
It's
defamation.
It's defamation. We all know this because of Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. That's defamation.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to defamation.
Now, there was
it really leads to some defecation. Wait, what?
There was a post that was going around a little bit back too, that was used on a bunch of pro-life posts about a person who they aborted the baby and then mummified the fetus, and it was Kojima and one of the actresses he worked with.
Yeah,
for
Death Stranding. I mean, in the world of stupid, that is up there.
Yeah.
God, I fucking love it.
Oh man, there's also another story before we get back onto games and we move on from this. A lady in Texas yesterday. Now, I'm a little bit ignorant in terms of what something means. A HOV lane on the freeway.
Right.
What is a HOV lane? Is that for heavy goods vehicles or public transport to go on?
It's reserved for buses or vehicles with several occupants.
Right. Okay.
So essentially, it's a carpool lane is what we call it in Connecticut. So it's basically
we need 2 or more passengers.
Right.
Okay then. So a woman was pulled over by cops in Texas yesterday. Right.
Mm-hmm.
She was in that lane.
Right.
Now she was pregnant. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now she said to them, "It's well, if you're considering, if you're making abortions legal in this state, right? That's the second person on board.
Yep.
You can't have it both ways.
Yep.
Nope. I mean, it's a minor thing. Well, here's the other thing.
It's a good way to start a challenge to the Supreme Court ruling.
It is a great way to start that. Dead people are considered occupants in high occupancy vehicles.
Yep.
Yeah, until they're either buried or cremated, they're in that vehicle. Their body is there.
Mm-hmm.
Tis a funny place. Tis a hilarious place. So here's
let's not go to Texas. Tis a silly place.
Tis a silly place. They want to secede. Fine. Bye.
Let them just leave.
Just leave at this point.
Don't let Ohio hit you on the ass on the way out.
Do we want to hear about funny laws? Because there's another funny law that got signed in from Arizona. It is now illegal to film the police in Arizona.
What?
It is now illegal to film the police in Arizona.
Why?
Have you not seen all of the recent riots in the United States? What they're based on?
I'm just sue them for freedom of press.
But here's the best part. If I'm a police officer and I have a body cam and I'm recording the police with my body cam, am I breaking the law?
Yes.
And there's ways to get around this, folks. Might I add, They say you can't film the police. Well, there's nothing stopping you from filming yourself if you're stopped by the police. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah,
I'm filming me.
They're photobombing you.
I'm filming me.
They're disrupting your content.
Or press record on your and put it in your pocket. And just let that mic pick up all that sweet, sweet noise. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, fun times. Just good times. Not going to Arizona anytime soon.
Yeah.
Really not going to leave the Northeast anytime soon. Kind of okay with it being up here.
Yeah. Even New Hampshire, which is fucking nuts, is better than there.
New Hampshire's whole deal is just we don't want anybody governing us.
We don't want a government up here.
Yeah, they're just like federal government, fuck you. State government, fuck you. All you guys, just fuck you all in general.
Yeah, we're fine.
We pave our own goddamn roads.
Yeah, we have a right.
Fine, let us just stay here. You don't need to bother us. That's all.
Yep.
Slowly but surely, New Hampshire sounds like more and more of a better place.
Well,
mean, it's not. Let's be honest. But
I'm in Canada. I thought this was Maine. Can I just stay here for a little while, like maybe 20 to 30 years?
Well, okay. Let us move on. So we have some good news. Fans of God of War. Not the ones that bombard and harass and send dick pics to, devs to try and hurry things up and stuff. So, God of War now has a release date. It is this year. And it's in November 9th. So that's going to be awesome. Awesome. Yes.
It's a very, very heavily packed September release schedule in September, November.
They're moving Forspoken to next year are Square Enix, which is a good idea. There was what's Skull and Crossbones though? The pirate game that Ubisoft are making.
Basically Black Flag without the Assassin's Creed.
Without the Assassins. Yep. That's supposed to be released November 8th, so that's gone to die. Because fuck you, Ubisoft. Fuck you.
I have no interest in buying it. I'll play all the other pirate games that other people are making. If I want pirate games, I'll go indie.
I'm not too fussed about pirate games. I mean, Black Flag was good. I liked it.
It's because it wasn't just a pirate game. It was like a pirate game. Was it the last decent Assassin's Creed?
I think Origins was good. I did like Origins. The one where you climb up the statues and told you and hang off it and take pictures.
We can all agree that that female version of main character in Origins was the better of the two.
Oh, she was badass.
Yeah,
she was 100%. Absolutely badass. Whereas the male character was just an ass.
He's just like, I am the Greek Adonis.
No, you're just a prick. and before we go on to what we've been playing, right? I have a Steam Deck update for you all. Okay, now I have the money. I reached the threshold for ordering a Steam Deck, so I have ordered it. It is. The interest is there. Steam know I want one, right? Now, I know two other people that have ordered a Steam Deck as well. Muir Dragon, who I met last week for the first time in Leeds, and TC Loves Games, right? Here's a cool thing that TC sent me. There's a link via Reddit for a bot that will track the progress of your pre-order for the Steam Deck and the progress that's made of it, which is really cool. Now, I have this communication with this bot, and this bot has been starting to check for me. So, from now until I get one, I'm going to give you the percentage done and the progress of the Steam Deck on the show. And would you like to take a guess of what percentage I have so far on mine?
0.5.
No. But close. 0.04%.
Sorry, folks.
Exactly.
Sounds about right.
There's my one COVID cough of the day.
Yeah, yay! Because we need COVID cough. Woo.
The other good, I guess, Will, I'm expecting to see on your stream now. Instead of like donations raised or extra life goal, it's stream deck percentage and a bar that slowly updates as your stream deck gets closer.
Yeah, every sort of like 2-3 days it goes up a little tiny percentage. Beep, 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 beep. I mean, if that could work, that would be something. I may have to manually do it, but that would be cool. So
It's like
that's content
enhance,
dump.
enhance,
Yeah.
enhance.
I would love to see how quickly it does it now, because last week they did say they were doubling production of Steam Decks. They were able to do the production bits. So chips and things are the production that the backlog is starting to ease, so we can get things going, so things can start going quicker, which is good. About bloody time. I mean, I know we had the pandemic, which is still going on. It's not gone yet, you know.
And the
COVID is still hanging around like a bad smell.
and prices of GPUs are starting to go down because I've noticed that like I need to stop watching Linus Tech Tips because I'm sitting there going like maybe I could get a 3080.
Yeah, eventually. Well, I know inflation on some things is starting to come down, so there may be a turning point for the cost of living, which is still a bad thing here, and I know you guys are suffering from it as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
gallon of gas is pretty intense.
It's gone down a lot, and it's still dropping. So there's some up.
Yeah. I mean, ours is more sort of like not only the petrol prices, but food prices,
Yep.
gas and electric.
Oh yeah, everything's
everything's up.
Sad.
No, everything's up. That's kind of that's inflation.
Mm-hmm.
Pierre Gasly just tried to ride Lewis Hamilton's car, by the way, if you're watching the sprint race live.
Only Max gets to do that.
Yeah. Max
This
is the
isn't
only one allowed
Italy.
to have this car. So that's the that is the content dump, gentlemen. What have you guys been playing? Because I haven't spoken to you properly in a couple of weeks.
I mean, I burnt out a little bit on video games, which is this isn't like the I'm a YouTuber and I need to take a break because I'm burnt out kind of situation. No, it's not like that. It's just we had that mad rush of like June where like we had a lot of people watching YouTube videos. So me and Will kind of went hog wild on just uploading content. And to the point where I was making like 2 to 3 videos a day, also working the full-time job and recovering from COVID. And yeah, I just kind of burned myself out. So I've mainly just been playing Genshin Impact, which I know we roll our eyes, but it's kind of my go-to comm game.
Yeah,
And
nothing wrong with that.
yeah, there's that. I started playing the Outriders expansion with a friend of mine because we both like Outriders.
Yeah.
And, you know, do you want to play big muscle gun dudes who shoot shit? I got Tiny Tina's Wonderland
Yep.
in the Steam Summer Sale. And that's really been it. Like I'm at the final episode I have to record for Football Manager. I have like the FA Cup final and the Champions League final.
Yeah.
And if I win those games plus a Premier League game against 16th Bournemouth, I will have won all but 2 matches. So I would have gone 61, 2-0 in all competitions.
Wow.
Which is, I think, is the time to retire the series when you've done that. Though,
Yeah, when you're undefeated in that way, yeah, it's time. It's
yeah. At the same time, though, it's actually kind of a perfect time because I can end the series and then the World Cup starts in game.
Right.
and I have 43 players that are going to be participating in the World Cup out of my squad. So it's going to be interesting that I can track the World Cup. I may do that as various one-off streams where I just get down here, get in a suit and tie, and do commentating over the matches. So I could go like England and like those matches, be like, "Hello there, and welcome to the World Cup. My name is John Johnnington Johnson, St. John, and we're going to be watching for the world's most beautiful game, if done by really bad graphics and a simulation engine, but that's fine."
The world's most beautiful game on the world's worst rendering system.
Exactly.
So you watching it via FIFA 21 then?
But yeah, so that it's kind of a good send off to the series, and then I have to figure out who my favorite player is to get a plaque made of them, because I have plaques for all the other guys from the last 2 series. I don't think I've even ever shown these on stream.
Wait, are you getting your cock out?
Yes. Yes, I am. Lillian Farrell, spelled that way, because they didn't say Lyle wrong for an entire series. And the man, the myth, the legend that is Yannick Gillette. I'll have to give better ones later, but yeah, that's it. That's really all I've been playing. And I've been meaning to start creating stuff again. Chrono Cross has to get beaten and other stuff. But yeah, the plan is to beat Chrono Cross before F1 Manager comes out.
Yeah, that's this month, isn't it?
It's August.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
And early August, like
25th.
Oh, I was wrong again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. When is it? Yeah, August 25th.
Fair enough. So I give you some time, but not a lot, not a great deal, considering how fast this year's been going.
Yeah, I mean, finish a JRPG and then just faff about for a little bit until it's Williams or bust.
Yep. We all like a good bust. Wait, what?
Yes.
So what have you been playing, Chris? What have you been up to?
Oh, not a whole lot. I too have been on the burnouts. And so is 20 minutes till dawn. It was my go-to for this week. 'Cause it's just like, here, have a 20-minute play session of survival and a roguelike shooty boy. And I'm just like, yeah, I'll take it. It sounds good. Sounds about right. Sounds fine to me. And it's what I currently play, what I'm playing right now, what I'm playing later. Yeah, it's a game. And then I'm working on making card games. So
cool. Very cool. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of last week in Leeds, because I did something I'm quite proud of while I was up in Leeds. Pinball table. Right, they got real pinball tables in there. And for the first time ever on a real life pinball table, I got top. I was very proud of that. Don't know how long it'll be. I'll be at the top on the Batman table, but we'll soon find out, you know. So yes, there was that. Had a good time in Leeds with meeting Muir Dragon for the first time. JT showed up, which is always a pleasure to hang around with Barnick because he's a top bloke. We had J-Dub Tracker for his birthday, because his birthday was on Tuesday last week. So happy birthday, Tracker. And we had TC Loves Games and that's Lisa there as well. Or sorry, Lisa Relly now, as she is now known on the socials. I find it hard to swap over from there, but did the Silverstone Crashes of Us in the Wet. I think that's a fucking excellent time I had on there. When you look at it and go, well, you're 3.5 seconds behind the esports F1 drivers. You got to be proud of that, because 3.5 seconds behind them, they're fucking fast. How they do it, I don't know.
They're scary fast.
Oh yeah, they are very scary fast. So I'm proud of that one. But like you guys as well, if it isn't on stream, I'm kind of burnt out on playing NASCAR at the moment. So I bought a load of games last weekend after coming back from Leeds. And some of them are like, cheapy pinball tables and some cheapy penisy sort of runner games that have been on PlayStation. I did pick up Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. What else did
I
I
think
pick
that's
up? 'Cause
crossplay too, by the way.
yeah, I was wondering that when you were talking about this. I'm sure that's crossplay for PlayStation and PC.
They actually
So I
have a
might
whole
have
thing about it, like you can crossplay this. So
yeah, because I also picked up the Klonoa remasters that came out yesterday because it's Klonoa. It's a cute little thing. So I bought a few games. I played some of the pinball ones. I played the runner games like it's like Chicken on the Road and all this. So my e-penis trophy level on PlayStation just went sky high for this month, which is nice. For Chrono Trigger, I have made progress. I think I'm on chapter like 18 or 19 now, from what Flossie was saying. Very nice indeed. Uh, I'm trying to remember where it is now. I'm in the Magic Kingdom of Zeal.
okay,
We found out about the Queen using Lavos to try and drain his power, and it's sending her completely batshit crazy.
mm-hmm.
Which led us to a fight with what was it now? It's not Commander Dalton. It's not Dalton. It was the other guy, the other hooded guy that was in there. You have a fight with him, and basically you're not winning it. He throws a load of balls at you. They take half your health out immediately. You do not stand a chance. It is the quintessential first boss fight on a Souls game where you have to die to learn that you don't have to die after all. Yeah. So I'm past that part. I have the flying ship, the one that you can travel through time with.
The Epoch, the
Yeah.
flying Epoch.
Mm-hmm. There's that other flying ship in Zeal that we'll probably need to nick as well. And there's two sort of vaults that's sealed that will probably have to open up, which I wouldn't mind taking a look at and see what's in there. So we can get really good armor, really great weaponry as well. So that's kind of where I am on Chrono Trigger. In Symphony of the Night, I tried fighting Richter Belmont, and all he does is guard, guard, guard. So there's nothing I can really do there.
Another Dark Souls boss.
Yeah, pretty much. Except you're not meant to die in this part. But I think I'm there too early. There's other stuff I need to get, like to go into the inverted world, which a person who is very overzealous and backseat gaming. Don't do that, folks. Do not backseat game in someone's chat unless they're happy to do it. Right?
Unless the
Just
tag
don't
is
do it.
there, don't do
Yeah.
it.
Just don't do it. It's rude as fuck. All right. So I've got to go looking for that. I know there's bits I can do. Now that I've got like the bat power, so I can fly over shit. So I'll be looking at that on Tuesday. Started the Ascent, which is like a futuristic isometric RPG shooter RPG on Sunday, and there was a mission called Balls Deep.
Well, it's a cyberpunk kind of a game, so yeah.
Yeah, and it's I enjoyed it so far. It's I haven't done too much because it's an RPG and it takes you ages to do stuff. But there was one bit I was stuck on where it's like you have to try and hit them when in stasis, and I'm thinking, how the hell I haven't got a stasis bit? And we had to find out that you need a stasis grenade, but you need 2,200 to buy it. And I don't have that money yet. I almost did, and then I bought other stuff, so I'm gonna have to save up to do that side mission. But considering we were talking about burnout and stuff, we were looking at it going, okay,
Mid-season break.
yeah, we're going to have a mid-season break at some point once these 3 games are done. Yes, that'll mean I'll take a break from either League of Legends or Formula One. Depends the timing of it on the YouTube channel, and hopefully it'll be during the break for Crashes of Us, so I don't miss that. But yeah, it's just I was thinking about it the other day. I haven't taken a full week off streaming since when the PC was down, when the PC problems were down, and that was like into November last year. So I didn't come back until Boxing Day properly streaming. So I've been going 7 months straight, maybe almost close to 8 months straight without a full week off. So I think I deserve one, you know? I think with the way I've been burnt out with things like NASCAR Heat, which I might resume when I get Steam Deck, because that way I can have a race while sitting on the shitter.
Hang
You know?
on, I'm qualifying.
Yeah, I'll be out in a minute. I've just got to qualify first.
Oh, my wings are gone.
I've cut that one off. Oh, and the wings there. But yeah, I'm thinking of moving them then and start like trying to resume Fist of the North Star. Because that game, I remember that's mental. So I'll get through the other games that were in my backlog that I wanted to stream offline. You know, to just mix it up a little bit. I think I'm burnt out too much by doing too much NASCAR, which it can do. So that's kind of what I've been playing this past week. Kind of not what I've been playing. My plans for the moment, because I've got to think of what to do for Extra Life, and I have something in mind. And it is more like trophy related, like the return of trying to get as many as I can during the day, and whatever ones I get, that's a percentage of my donation to Extra Life this year. But we'll come to that later down the line. So that it leads us to shout outs, pimp outs, all that good stuff.
Shoutouts to From Software. Did you guys hear about what they did for Let Me Solo Her?
Yeah, they sent him a sword, didn't they?
They sent they sent him a sword, and they've done like some backwards math. Apparently, Let Me Solo Her has helped with over 1,000 millennia kills.
My question is though, now I heard this on good authority from a friend and fellow streamer who isn't known for bullshitting. He isn't known for doing a Boris Johnson here, right? Now this is still allegedly, because I heard it from the streamer, haven't had it confirmed.
Well, this isn't a Mr. Smith fact, so we can't confirm or deny it. It's not a Mr. Smith fact.
Yes, but as I say, the streamer I heard this from doesn't tend to bullshit. Okay. Now let me solo her character person. Well, as great as they are, if you started fighting the boss to alongside them, he would fuck off and leave you in there.
I mean,
that was the point. Yeah,
I'm not totally against it, because at the same time, like he's telling you what he wants, right? And if a guy has the balls enough to solo a boss, I'm gonna let them solo the boss. Because remember, Elden Ring, if your summon guy dies, you can still continue the boss fight. If you die, entire thing's over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just think it's a little bit of a shit move. If you're coming in to help someone and they want to help kill the boss and they don't feel like they've done nothing, which, hell, I'm fine with other people killing bosses for me in games like that.
How do you think I beat Radan?
Feel it totally. Yeah. I've had times where Geo's come in and went, "You stand back, I'll do this." Fair enough, but I don't. Part of me is like, if you do want to help though, and they go, "Oh, you're helping on a boss that I said I want to do on my own," and they fuck off and leave you to it, I do think that's a little bit iffy. I do think that's a little bit of a shit move.
I'd have to think too that this is also at the beginning of Let Me Solo Her, because once the legend was abound, I don't think like trust me, like once everybody knew Let Me Solo Her, like the story and like who Let Me Solo Her is, if you're there and you see him get summoned in, like now, if you're playing Elden Ring and you see Let Me Solo Her as a summon, you're not gonna fight the boss. You're gonna let Me Solo Her do it, because we all know the legend and the mystique.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
it's just to say it's alleged.
King Arthur, Robin Hood became famous, but he had to steal for some fucking rich people first before he became famous. You know?
Again, the legends.
Legend.
Some guy
I'm
just-
inclined to disagree with Will on this point, and the reason why is that the exact intention is spelt out in his name.
Yeah, he is telling you what he's going to do.
He's saying, "Let me solo her." So if you don't, you know the outcome, which is he'll fuck off. It's in the instructions of the name. It's not like so when you're summoning, it's not blind. You know who you're summoning. You see the name down below. So if you go, I'm still gonna jump in after you've summoned him, I don't think it's a shit move for him to leave because he said, let me solo her.
Well, Korn also made a good point too. He says, like, because the other player can mess up your routine. Like, if I'm sitting there, if you have a couple if you're doing a dance routine in the middle of a thing, and all of a sudden Tobey Maguire comes in and starts doing the Spider-Man dance like this, that's gonna fuck some shit up, right?
Mm-hmm.
like he probably he probably has this thing tied to a T, like how he handles it, right? And if you're gonna throw off rotations in the way, we've all watched the Elden Ring speed runs, right? Like, we all saw that happen. Like, it's just like, we do this, it makes the AI do this and this and this. Like, that game is down to a T. Like, people are reading the code in the fucking Matrix with that game. So yeah, that could mess you up. I get it. At the same time, like, remember, we all have to remember Dark Souls 101. When summoning somebody in Dark Souls, the more ridiculous their outfit, the more hardcore of a player they are, and probably are going to be able to solo them. Right? If you summon a guy and he's bare-ass naked with a giant-ass club and a fucking gargoyle head, odds are the guy probably knows his shit.
Dude's min-maxed.
Yeah. Like, if I get a guy who's wearing knight armor and, like, dual-wielding katanas, I don't really know. I get a guy butt-ass naked wielding just a piece of rock and, just ridiculous, shin guards. Yeah, no, that guy's gonna be able to solo Radan. Let him go. Let him do his thing. Let him fucking work.
That dude in the all frog armor? Yeah. Let him do his shit.
I mean, as I say, I've had, JT and... See, I like the theory behind it. When you summon people in, if they're helping you, obviously, if they die, it doesn't cost them because they don't lose the souls they had. And I get that. I've done that ruling. I just think it's a little bit. I just think it's a little bit off. If you're saying, okay, come in, I'll come in, but you've got to let me do this on my own.
I mean, that's the contract you're signing by bringing somebody named "Let Me Solo Her" into your world. Like, there's no unclear communication here. If you do it to somebody else, so like let's say you pick up some dude and he's decked out in his weird crazy gear, name is Tim Horton, and he does the same shit. Okay, yeah, be pissed off at Tim Horton. But the dude's name is Let Me Solo Her. His whole premise is soloing the boss. It's different if you're doing it like, oh yeah, I want people to help me. Just don't pick up anyone who is named Let Me Solo X. I think it's fairly straightforward.
And I can only say
you don't grab those people.
My Elden Ring experience, I have never had an issue with anybody I summoned.
Mm-hmm. I've only ever had like an occasionally mediocre person jump in, and it's like, okay, sure, have fun. You haven't fucked up me at all. Like, you put a few points of damage on. You've just saved me, 2 swings, whatever.
And I apologize for that many, many times. So chat, thank you very much as always. It's a pleasure to do this for you, and Again, shout outs to TC, J-Dub, Lisa Ellie, Muir, Tracker for putting up with my bullshit last week. But do you guys have any shout outs?
I said mine.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so then we're done.
All right, everybody. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your time. And we'll see you all later. Bye-bye.
Oh, Miss Corn as well. Yeah.
Bye, Corn. We love you.